Be me. 26 years old, work at a gas station on night shift because I dropped out of college in sophomore year. Life is boring as hell, same routine every day, scan items, deal with drunk people at 2 a.m., go home and sleep. Barely have any friends because night shift schedule means I'm awake when everyone else is sleeping. One day scrolling through social media during slow hours and see all these posts about mysterious guys being attractive. Apparently women go crazy for guys who don't share everything, who have an enigmatic vibe or whatever. Decide this is my chance to reinvent myself because current personality is about as interesting as a wet napkin. Problem is I have nothing mysterious about me whatsoever. My life consists of work, video games, and occasionally buying groceries at 6 a.m. when the store opens. But I'm determined to try this mysterious thing because why not? What's the worst that could happen? Famous last words. Start small by not posting on social media anymore. Delete all my stories, stop commenting on posts, just lurk in silence. Nobody notices for the first week because I barely posted anyway. Then my cousin texts me asking if I'm okay because I haven't posted anything. I respond with just taking a break from the digital world, which sounds way more profound than I work nights and have nothing interesting to photograph. She responds with, wow, that's so healthy, I wish I could do that. First small victory, I'm already seeming more interesting. Next step is being vague about my schedule when people ask to hang out. My old roommate from college messages asking if I want to grab drinks Friday night. Normally I'd just say, I work nights, sorry, but mysterious me says I might be around, not sure yet, got something going on. He responds, oh cool, what's up? And I leave him on read for 2 hours. Eventually respond with just some personal stuff, I'll let you know. He's probably thinking I have some exciting secret life when reality is I'm eating cup noodles and watching streamers. Week goes by and I'm committing to this mysterious persona. At work, I stop making small talk with the regular customers. There's this older lady who comes in every night at 11 p.m. to buy cigarettes and lottery tickets. She always asks how I'm doing, talks about her day, usual customer service interaction. This time when she asks how I am, I just give her a slight smile and nod. She looks confused but continues with her purchase. Next night she comes in and tries again. You're awfully quiet tonight. I just shrug mysteriously while scanning her cigarettes. She leaves looking concerned. My coworker, who does the evening shift before me, notices I'm acting different during shift change. You good, man? You seem weird. Yeah, just thinking about some things. What things? He looks at me like I've lost my mind and leaves. 2 weeks into this experiment and I'm fully committed to being the most mysterious gas station employee in the tri-state area. Then things start getting weird. This girl who works at the coffee shop across the street starts coming to the gas station more often. Her name is Rachel and she's cute, probably early 20s, always has her hair in a bun. Before I started this mysterious thing, she'd come in maybe twice a week for energy drinks. Now she's showing up almost every night, sometimes just to buy a pack of gum. One night she lingers at the counter after paying. So you always work nights? Mostly. Do you do anything else or just work? I do things. She smiles like I said something clever, when really I'm just being intentionally vague because I have no life. That's cool. You seem like you have a lot going on. If only she knew a lot going on meant replaying the same video game for the 100th time. She starts coming in during her breaks, always trying to start conversations. I keep my answers short, mysterious, never elaborate on anything. What do you do on your days off? Different things, depends on the mood. Do you have any hobbies? A few? Like what? Just stuff I'm into. She's eating this up, thinks I'm some deep philosophical night shift worker. Meanwhile, I'm internally panicking because I don't know how long I can keep this up. One night, she asks if I want to hang out sometime. This is it, the mysterious persona is actually working. Problem is, if we hang out, she'll realize I'm boring as hell, but I can't say no because that would break character. Maybe. I'll see if I have time. You're always so busy. What do you even do? Just have a lot of commitments. Commitments to my couch and potato chips, but she doesn't need to know that. She gives me her number, tells me to text her when I'm free. I wait 3 days before texting because mysterious guys don't text back immediately. We make plans to meet at a park on my night off. Spend the entire week before the meetup trying to figure out how to be mysterious in person for more than 5 minutes. Watch a bunch of videos about body language and how to be intriguing, like I'm studying for an exam. The day arrives and I show up at the park wearing all black because mysterious people probably wear black. Right. She's there on a bench, waves when she sees me. We start walking around the park and she's asking me questions. So where did you grow up? Around here. Do you have siblings? Yeah. Older or younger? Both. Every answer I give is as minimal as possible. She's looking at me like I'm the most fascinating person she's ever met. We sit on a bench and she's talking about her life, her job at the coffee shop, how she's saving up for culinary school. I'm nodding along, giving mysterious half smiles, barely contributing to the conversation. Then she asks the question I've been dreading. So what's your story? You're so quiet, but I feel like there's so much going on in your head. There's nothing going on in my head except panic. I guess I just prefer to observe rather than talk about myself. Holy shit, that sounded actually deep. She's impressed, scoots closer to me on the bench. I love that. Everyone's so obsessed with talking about themselves these days. It's refreshing to meet someone who actually listens. I'm listening because I have nothing interesting to say, but she's interpreting it as some kind of virtue. We hang out for about 2 hours, and somehow I manage to reveal almost nothing about myself. She texts me that night saying she had a great time and wants to see me again. I wait until the next day to respond with, yeah, that would be cool. We start hanging out regularly, maybe once or twice a week. Each time I maintain the mysterious persona, never fully answering questions, always being vague about my life. She starts telling her coworkers about me. I know this because one day I go into the coffee shop and her coworker gives me this knowing look. Rachel comes over during her break, introduces me to her friend Jessica. This is the guy I've been telling you about. Jessica looks me up and down, smiles. Oh yeah, Rachel says you're like super mysterious and interesting. I just nod slightly because that's apparently my thing now. Jessica starts asking me questions too. So what do you do for fun? Various things. Are you into music? Some. What kind? Different kinds. She's fascinated by these non-answers. Rachel is looking at me like I'm some kind of prize she discovered. Jessica leans in, whispers something to Rachel, who giggles. Later, Rachel texts me, Jessica thinks you're really cool. She asked if you have any single friends like you? Like me? You mean boring gas station workers pretending to be mysterious? Yeah, I got a whole crew. Tell her I'll think about it, because mysterious people don't give straight answers. Things escalate when Rachel invites me to a party her friend is throwing. I normally hate parties because I'm awkward and don't know how to socialize. But mysterious me apparently goes to parties and stands in corners looking thoughtful. Show up to the party, it's at some house in the suburbs. Lots of people my age drinking and playing beer pong. Immediately regret coming, but I'm committed to this character. Rachel greets me at the door, introduces me to like 10 people whose names I instantly forget. Everyone's friendly, asking me questions about myself. I give my trademark vague responses and somehow it's working. People are intrigued instead of annoyed. End up standing in the corner of the living room, red cup in hand, just observing the party. Multiple people come up to talk to me throughout the night. This guy named Tyler asks what I do. I work nights. Oh, cool. Doing what? Just a job. Right, but what kind of job? Service industry. He nods like I've said something profound instead of being deliberately evasive about working at a gas station. This girl named Amanda sits next to me on the couch. You're Rachel's friend, right? She says you're really interesting. She's nice. So what's your deal? You seem so quiet, but like you're analyzing everything. I'm analyzing how quickly I can leave without being rude, but sure, let's go with her interpretation. I just like to observe people. That's so cool. I'm the opposite. I never shut up, she laughs. She talks at me for 20 minutes and I just nod occasionally. When she finally leaves, she tells Rachel I'm incredibly deep. Deep in bullshit, maybe. Rachel comes over, sits on the couch, arm next to me. You having fun? Yeah, it's cool. Sorry everyone keeps bothering you. I told them you're kind of private. Private is a generous word for has nothing to talk about. She puts her hand on my shoulder, leans in close. Want to get out of here? We could go somewhere quieter. We leave the party and end up at this 24-hour diner. Sitting in a booth at 1 a.m., she's having pancakes and I'm having coffee. I really like hanging out with you. You're so different from other guys. How so? You don't try so hard. You're just yourself, mysterious and quiet, and it's really attractive. If only she knew how hard I'm trying to maintain this act. I'm glad you think so. She reaches across the table, holds my hand. Can I ask you something, though? Oh, no. Yeah. Do you actually like me, or are you just being nice? Because sometimes I can't tell what you're thinking. This is the moment of truth. I could come clean, tell her I'm just a boring dude who works at a gas station and decided to be mysterious for attention. Or I could double down. Guess which one I choose. I like you. I'm just not great at expressing things. She smiles. That's okay. I can tell by the way you look at me sometimes. I look at her like a deer in headlights most of the time, but again, interpretation is everything. We start officially dating after that night. Now I'm in a relationship that's built entirely on me being mysteriously vague about everything. The pressure to maintain this persona is exhausting. She wants to come over to my apartment and I have to make up excuses. My place is kind of a mess right now. I don't care about mess. I'm also doing some renovations. My renovations consist of finally throwing away pizza boxes that have been sitting on my counter for a week. She asks about my family and I keep it vague. We're close, but I don't talk about them much. Truth is, my family is perfectly normal and boring just like me. She asks about past relationships. Had a few, didn't work out, don't really think about them. Reality is, I had one girlfriend in high school who broke up with me because I was too boring, and now I'm overcompensating. 2 months into dating and the mysterious act is getting harder to maintain. She wants to meet my friends. I don't really have friends. I have people I play video games online with, and my cousin who I see twice a year. Tell her my friends are pretty busy, hard to coordinate schedules. She accepts this because mysterious people apparently have mysterious friends who are always busy. One day at work, things get complicated. Rachel decides to surprise me by bringing me food during my shift. She walks into the gas station with a bag from some fancy restaurant. I thought you might be hungry. She looks around the gas station, at me in my uniform, at the scratch-off lottery display behind me. So this is where you work? Yeah. She's putting it together that I'm not some enigmatic figure with a secret interesting job. I'm just a night shift gas station worker. You never really talk about work. I thought you did something else. Nope, this is it. She smiles though, doesn't seem bothered. That's cool, honest work, nothing wrong with that. She sits on the counter talking to me between customers for an hour. My coworker who comes in for shift change sees us and looks confused because I've never mentioned having a girlfriend. After she leaves, he's like, "Who is that?" "Someone I'm seeing." "Since when do you date?" "Recent thing." Even at work, I can't stop being vague. Rachel starts integrating me into her life more. I meet her parents who ask me normal, getting-to-know-you questions that I deflect with mysterious non-answers. Her dad asks what my career goals are. Still figuring that out. Her mom asks about my hobbies. I'm interested in a lot of things. They look confused, but Rachel jumps in. "He's just really private, Dad." She's built this entire narrative around me being this mysterious deep thinker when I'm just uncomfortable talking about my boring life. 3 months in and cracks are starting to show. She asked me to go on a trip with her, just a weekend thing to the beach. I have to request time off work, which means explaining to my boss why I need days off. My boss is this older guy who gives zero shits about anything. Got a family emergency? No, just taking a trip. A trip? You never take time off. Yeah, well, doing it now. He approves it but looks suspicious. The beach trip is when everything starts falling apart. We're sharing a hotel room and there's only so much mystery you can maintain when you're with someone 24/7. She sees me in the morning with bed hair and morning breath. She sees me get excited about the free continental breakfast like a child. She sees me spend an hour playing mobile games on my phone because I don't know what else to do at the beach. "Are you having fun?" she asks while we're sitting on the sand. "Yeah. You seem distracted." "Just thinking." "About what?" "About how I've been pretending to be someone I'm not for 3 months and it's exhausting." "Just stuff." She's quiet for a bit, then says, "You know you can talk to me, right? Like really talk to me?" "I know. Sometimes I feel like I don't really know you, like you're holding everything back." This is the most honest she's been about her concerns. I'm just a private person. I get that, but we're dating. There has to be some level of openness. She's right, but I've dug myself into this mysterious persona hole. We spend the rest of the beach trip in this weird tension. I'm trying to be more open, but I don't know how without revealing that I'm actually super boring. On the drive back, she's quiet, just listening to music. When we get to her place, she asks if I want to come in. I should probably get home, work tomorrow. "You always have work or something else. Do you even want to spend time with me?" "Of course I do." "Then why does it feel like you're always trying to leave?" "Because maintaining a fake personality is exhausting, and I need to go home and decompress." "I'm not trying to leave. I just have responsibilities." She sighs. "Okay, text me later." I can tell she's frustrated, but I don't know how to fix it without coming clean. Next few days, she's less responsive to texts. When we do talk, it's surface level stuff. I know I'm losing her, but the thought of admitting I've been essentially catfishing her with a fake personality is terrifying. Week later, she asked to meet up for coffee. This is the breakup talk. I can feel it. Show up at the coffee shop. She's already there looking serious. We sit down and she gets right to it. I don't think this is working. My heart sinks even though I knew it was coming. I like you, I really do, but I feel like I'm dating a ghost. You're never fully there. I'm here. Physically, yes, but emotionally, I don't know anything real about you. You won't let me in. She's tearing up a little and I feel like the worst person alive. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I don't even know if you're actually sorry. You say things, but I can never tell if you mean them or if it's just another vague response. She's raising her voice slightly. People in the coffee shop are looking over. I do mean it. See, even now, I do mean it instead of actually explaining how you feel. She's calling me out and she's absolutely right. Look, I'm not good at expressing emotions. That's just who I am. No, that's who you're choosing to be. Everyone has emotions. You just refuse to share yours, and I can't be in a relationship like that. She stands up, grabs her bag. I hope you find someone who's okay with being kept at arm's length, but I can't do it anymore. She leaves and I'm sitting there alone in the coffee shop feeling like an idiot. The mysterious act that was supposed to make me more attractive just cost me a relationship with someone who actually liked me. Spend the next week moping around my apartment. Don't go to the coffee shop across from work anymore to avoid seeing her. My coworker notices I'm in a bad mood. You good? Broke up with that girl. The one who brought you food? Yeah. That sucks, man. What happened? I don't know. Just didn't work out. Even explaining the breakup, I'm being vague. 2 weeks post-breakup and I'm at work when Jessica from the coffee shop comes in. She's Rachel's coworker who thought I was interesting. Hey, long time no see? Yeah, been busy. Rachel told me you guys broke up. Sorry about that. It happens. She buys an energy drink and lingers at the counter. You know, I always thought you two were kind of mismatched anyway. How so? Rachel's super open and bubbly. You're all mysterious and closed off. Those personalities don't usually work together. She's diagnosing my failed relationship like a therapist. But hey, some people are into the mysterious vibe, she says with a smile. Oh no, she's flirting. I always thought it was interesting how you never really answered questions, like you have this whole secret life. My secret life is going home and eating cereal for dinner while watching YouTube, but sure. She writes her number on a receipt and slides it across the counter. If you ever want to hang out, text me. I'd love to get to know you better, or at least try to. She leaves before I can respond. I'm staring at the receipt thinking about how I just got hit on because of the same mysterious act that ruined my last relationship. This is insane. I have a choice. Keep being mysterious and potentially have the same thing happen again, or come clean about being boring. Spend my entire shift thinking about it. By the time shift ends, I've decided to text Jessica. Not to flirt, but to be honest for once. Text her. Hey, thanks for the number, but I should probably be honest with you about something. She responds immediately. What's up? I'm not actually that mysterious or interesting. I just kind of act that way because I'm boring and awkward. Wait for her response. Expect her to be turned off immediately. She texts back, LOL, I kind of figured. Rachel said you work at a gas station and play video games, but the mysterious thing is still hot. What? Wait, you knew I was faking it? I mean, yeah, kind of. But everyone puts on an act when they're dating. Yours is just more obvious than most people's. My mind is blown. So you still want to hang out even though I'm basically a fraud? You're not a fraud. You're just trying to be more interesting than you think you are. That's like super relatable. We text back and forth for a bit, and she suggests getting lunch sometime. I agree, but this time I'm going to be myself. Boring gas station worker who has no mystery whatsoever. We meet up 3 days later at a casual burger place. I show up in normal clothes, no all-black mysterious outfit. She's there, waves enthusiastically. We sit down, and immediately she starts asking questions. This time I actually answer them honestly. So what do you do for fun? Honestly, play video games, watch streams. Sometimes I walk around Target for entertainment. She laughs. That's way more relatable than the mysterious brooding thing. What kind of video games? I actually tell her about the games I play, the streamers I watch, my terrible sleep schedule. She's engaged in the conversation, asking follow-up questions. Turns out being honest is way easier than maintaining a mysterious persona. Talk for 2 hours. I probably say more on this one lunch than I did in 3 months with Rachel. At the end, she says, "This was really fun. I like this version of you way better." What do you mean? When you came into the coffee shop, you barely said 2 words. It was hot but also kind of annoying because I couldn't tell if you were into me or just tolerating me. She's right. The mysterious thing creates attraction, but it's not sustainable. We start hanging out regularly, and I'm fully committed to being boring, honest me. Tell her about my dead-end gas station job, my lack of ambition, my messy apartment. She shares her own boring details, her student loans, her annoying roommate, her failed attempts at learning guitar. It's refreshing not having to perform mystery constantly. 1 month in, and things are going well. Better than with Rachel because there's no pressure to be someone I'm not. Then one day I'm at work and Rachel comes in. Haven't seen her since the breakup. It's been about 2 months. She looks good, hairstyled differently, seems confident. Hey. She grabs some snacks, comes to the counter. Awkward silence while I ring her up. "So I heard you're dating Jessica." Of course she knows. "Yeah, we've been hanging out." "That's cool, she's nice." More awkward silence. "Look, I'm sorry about how things ended. I was probably too harsh." "No, you were right. I was being weird and distant." She nods. "I hope it goes better with Jessica. She's more patient than me." She pays and starts to leave, then turns back. For what it's worth, I think the mysterious thing would have been fine if you had just been honest about why you were doing it. What do you mean? If you had told me you were nervous or insecure instead of pretending to be some deep, mysterious person, I would have understood. I was nervous too when we started dating. This hits me hard because she's absolutely right. The whole thing could have been avoided if I had just been upfront about my insecurities. "Thanks, I'll keep that in mind." She smiles. "Good luck," and leaves. Standing there behind the register, having an existential crisis about how much easier life would be if I just communicated like a normal person. That night I text Jessica asking if she wants to come over. She agrees, shows up with takeout. We're eating on my couch and I decide to tell her everything. The whole story about deciding to be mysterious. How it worked with Rachel but fell apart, how exhausting it was to maintain. She's listening, nodding along. When I finish, she's quiet for a second. "So you basically catfished Rachel with a fake personality?" "I mean, sort of. I didn't lie about anything specific. I just was super vague about everything." That's hilarious. Not the response I expected. "You think it's funny?" "Yeah, it's like you did a social experiment on accident, and I was part of the experiment because I thought mysterious you was hot." She's laughing now. "I feel bad though, Rachel. Really liked me and I was just playing a character." "Okay, yeah, that part is kind of shitty, but also she could have just directly asked you things instead of accepting vague answers." She's got a point. We spend the rest of the night talking about communication and relationships, and how everyone's kind of faking it to some degree. I think the difference is most people fake being more confident or successful. You faked being more mysterious. It's like the opposite direction. She finds this endlessly amusing. Things are good with Jessica. No pressure to be mysterious, just comfortable, boring relationship stuff. 3 months later, I'm at a party Jessica dragged me to. Rachel's there with a new guy. He's tall, has a beard, wearing a turtleneck in summer like he's trying too hard to look intellectual. Jessica whispers, "That's Rachel's new boyfriend. He's in a philosophy PhD program. Total pretentious douche." I watch them interact for a bit. He's holding court in the corner of the room, talking about Nietzsche or some shit, while people pretend to be interested. Rachel's looking at him the way she used to look at me, like he's fascinating and deep. Wonder how long it'll take her to realize he's probably as full of shit as I was being mysterious. Jessica notices me watching. "You're not jealous, are you?" "No, just thinking about how we all pretend to be more interesting than we are." "Deep, you're being mysterious again." She's teasing me. We leave the party early, grab late night food. Sitting in a taco place at midnight, she's telling me about her day. I'm actually listening and responding. Realize that being boring with someone who appreciates it is way better than being mysterious with someone who wants you to be something you're not. My face when I tried to be mysterious to attract women and accidentally learned that honesty is way less exhausting. That feeling when your fake, mysterious persona ruins one relationship, but leads you to a better one where you can just be yourself. Be me. Still working night shift at gas station. Dating Jessica for about 4 months now. Life is actually pretty good for once. No more mysterious persona bullshit. Things are comfortable. We hang out a few times a week, watch movies, order food, Normal relationship stuff. Then one day at work, my old college roommate Marcus messages me out of nowhere. Haven't talked to him in over a year. He transferred to a different state. Yo, dude, I'm moving back to town next month. We should catch up. Tell him, yeah, sure, sounds good. He asks what I've been up to. Normally I'd be vague, but I'm trying this honesty thing now. Not much, man. Still working at the gas station, dating someone, same old stuff. He responds, gas station? Damn, I thought you'd have moved up by now, but hey, at least you got a girl. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Marcus. Tell Jessica about Marcus coming back to town. Oh, cool. I'd love to meet your friends. Suddenly remember I told Rachel I had friends who were too busy to meet her. Realized Jessica's about to discover I have like one friend total. Yeah, he's pretty busy though. Works in IT or something. We should all hang out when he gets settled. Can't avoid it forever, so I agree. Marcus moves back 3 weeks later, texts me asking to grab drinks. Bring Jessica along because she insisted. We meet at this sports bar. Marcus is already there, gained some weight, but looks happy. Dude, it's been forever. We do the bro hug thing. I introduce Jessica. This is the girlfriend. Nice to meet you. We sit down, order drinks, start catching up. Marcus is telling stories about our college days. Remember when you tried to join that improv club and quit after one session because you said it was too stressful? Jessica's laughing. That's so on brand for you. Thanks, Marcus. Really painting me in a great light here. He continues. Or that time you stayed in your dorm for an entire week playing that MMO and missed all your classes. I had the flu that week. Sure you did, buddy. Jessica's enjoying these stories way too much. Marcus orders another round, starts asking about my life. So gas station, huh? What happened to the IT degree? Dropped out sophomore year, couldn't handle the math courses. Damn, that sucks. You were so stressed that year. Makes sense, though. Jessica's looking at me curiously. I never told her I dropped out. Just said college wasn't for me. Marcus keeps talking. Remember your girlfriend from freshman year? What was her name, Amy? Yeah, Amy. She was crazy, dude. Glad you got out of that, Jessica asks. What happened with Amy? Marcus jumps in before I can answer. She cheated on him with like 3 different guys. It was a whole dramatic thing. Actually, it was one guy and we just weren't compatible. Nah, man. She was definitely seeing multiple people. Everyone in the dorm knew. Cool. Thanks for bringing up my most embarrassing relationship failure, Marcus. The night continues with Marcus oversharing stories. From college. Some of them are funny, some of them are making me look pathetic. Jessica's taking it all in stride though, laughing at the right moments. We leave the bar around midnight. Jessica drives because I had too many beers. Your friend is fun. Yeah, he's always been like that, no filter. I learned so much about you tonight. You never told me you dropped out or about crazy Amy. It never came up. You're still being a little mysterious even when you're trying to be honest. She's teasing, but she's also kind of right. I've been better about sharing, but I still avoid talking about embarrassing stuff. Next day at work, I'm hungover and miserable. Coworker comes in for shift change, sees me looking rough. You look like shit. Went out drinking last night. You? Going out? What's next? You join a gym? Everyone's a comedian. He leaves and I'm alone with my thoughts in fluorescent lighting. Around 1 a.m. Marcus texts me. Yo, that was fun. We should make it a regular thing. Maybe invite more people. More people means more opportunities for embarrassing stories. But I agree because that's what normal friends do. Week later, Marcus texts asking if I want to come to a party his coworker is throwing. Bring Jessica. It'll be fun. Meet some new people. I hate meeting new people, but Jessica loves socializing. Tell her about the party. She's immediately excited. Yes, we never go out. This will be great. We never go out because I work nights and have social anxiety, but sure. The party is on a Saturday, my night off. Show up at this apartment complex, can hear the music from the parking lot. Marcus greets us at the door, already drunk. My boy, come in, come in. The apartment is packed, probably 40 people crammed into a 2-bedroom space. Music is too loud, people are playing drinking games, typical party stuff. Jessica immediately starts mingling, she's good at this. I grab a beer and find a corner to stand in. Old habits die hard. Some guy approaches me. Hey man, you friends with Marcus? Yeah, college roommates. Cool. I work with him. I'm Devin. We shake hands, make small talk about work. He's in IT, makes decent money, has his life together. I'm a gas station worker drinking cheap beer at a house party. The contrast is not lost on me. Devin asks what I do. I work at a gas station. Oh, like while you're in school? Nah, just, working. He nods, but I can see the judgment in his eyes. Another reminder that I'm behind in life compared to everyone else my age. Jessica comes over with two girls. "This is my boyfriend." The girls introduce themselves as Lisa and Morgan. They work at some marketing firm. They're talking about their jobs, asking what I do. "He works nights at a gas station," Jessica says before I can answer. She says it matter-of-factly, no shame, but I still feel self-conscious. Lisa tries to be polite. "That must be interesting, dealing with all the weird night customers." "Yeah, it's something," Morgan asks. "Do you have any crazy stories?" "Not really, mostly just boring." Jessica jumps in. "Tell them about the guy who tried to pay for cigarettes with Monopoly money." I told her that story once, didn't think she'd remember it. I tell the abbreviated version. They laugh. "You should write a blog about your experiences," Lisa suggests. "Sure, let me start a blog about the thrilling life of overnight gas station employment." They continue talking about social media and marketing strategies. I zone out. Eventually they move on to talk to other people. Jessica stays with me. "You okay? You seem uncomfortable." "Just not great at parties." "I know, but you're doing fine. People seem to like you. People are tolerating me while they wait to talk to more interesting individuals." Marcus comes over with shots. "Let's do this." We take shots. Marcus is telling more college stories to anyone who will listen. "This guy once went on a date with a girl and accidentally called her by his ex's name." Everyone laughs. I want to disappear. "It was one time, Marcus." "Yeah, but it was on the first date, dude. She never talked to you again." Jessica's trying not to laugh. "That's rough, buddy." The party continues. I'm getting progressively more drunk. Marcus introduces me to more of his coworkers and friends. They all seem successful and put together. Meanwhile, I'm the guy who peaked in college and now sells lottery tickets at 3 a.m. Around 2 a.m., people start playing Truth or Dare like we're teenagers. I try to avoid joining, but Marcus pulls me into the circle. Jessica sits next to me, holding my hand. The game starts innocently enough, stupid dares and basic truths. Then it's my turn, and Marcus asks, "Truth or dare?" "Truth." "What's the real reason you dropped out of college?" Everyone's looking at me now. I could lie, make up something dramatic, but I'm trying to be honest now. I was depressed, couldn't focus, failed most of my classes second year, and decided to take a break that became permanent. The circle goes quiet. That was heavier than expected. Jessica squeezes my hand. Marcus looks like he regrets asking, "Damn, dude, I didn't know it was that bad." "It's fine, it was years ago." The game continues, but the vibe is weird now. I excuse myself to get air, go stand on the balcony. Jessica follows me out. "You never told me you were depressed in college." "It's not something I like talking about." "I get that, but you know you can talk to me about anything, right?" "I know, I'm just not used to sharing that stuff." She hugs me. We stand there for a bit. "Do you want to leave?" "Kind of, yeah." We say goodbye to Marcus, head back to my apartment. Sitting on my couch, Jessica's scrolling through her phone while I stare at the ceiling. The night was weird. Yeah, Marcus definitely overshared some things. I didn't mean to make things awkward with the depression thing. "You didn't. It was honest. People respect honesty." Easy for her to say. She's not the one who just dumped at a party game. She puts her phone down, looks at me. "Can I ask you something?" "Sure." "Do you actually like your job, or are you just stuck there?" Loaded question. "I mean, it pays the bills. I don't love it, but I don't hate it." "But do you want to do something else?" "I don't know. I haven't really thought about it." "That's not true. You definitely think about it. You just don't want to admit you're unhappy." She's reading me like a book. "Okay, yeah, I think about it sometimes, but what am I supposed to do? I don't have a degree, no special skills. I'm just a dropout working retail. You could go back to school or learn a trade or literally anything besides staying at a job you hate. It's not that simple." "It kind of is. You're just scared." She's right, but I don't want to admit it. We drop the subject, watch some TV until she falls asleep on my couch. I stay up thinking about my life choices. Next few days, I'm in my head about everything. The party conversation about jobs, Jessica calling me out about being unhappy, Marcus's stories reminding me how much I've stagnated. At work, I'm going through the motions, scanning items, making change, counting down the hours. The regular older lady who buys lottery tickets comes in. "You look tired, honey." "Yeah, long week." "You've been working here long?" "Couple years." "You should try something different. Young man like you shouldn't be stuck in one place." Even random customers are calling me out now. Week later, Marcus texts, asking if I want to hang out again. We meet at a coffee shop this time, just the two of us. He apologizes for the party. "Sorry if I overshared some stuff. I was drunk." "It's fine, man." Nah, I could tell you were uncomfortable. I should have chilled out. We talk for a while. He tells me about his new job, his new apartment, his plans. He's moving forward with his life while I'm standing still. What about you, man? What are your plans? I don't really have any. Seriously? You're just gonna work at the gas station forever? I don't know, Marcus. Not everyone has their shit figured out. I'm getting defensive. I'm not judging, dude. I'm just saying you're smart. You could do more. I tried college. It didn't work out. What else do you want me to say? He backs off. Sorry, didn't mean to push. We finish our coffee in awkward silence. Leaving the coffee shop, I feel worse than when I arrived. Everyone's trying to motivate me, but it just feels like criticism. Jessica notices I'm in a mood when she comes over that night. What's wrong? Just tired of everyone telling me I should do more with my life. Who's telling you that? You, Marcus, random customers, everyone. I never said you should do more. I said you seem unhappy, and maybe you should try something different if that's the case. Same thing. It's really not. We're having our first real argument. I just feel like everyone's judging me for working at a gas station and not having ambition. Nobody's judging you. People care about you and want you to be happy. Well, I'm fine where I am. Are you, though? Because you seem miserable half the time. She's raising her voice now. Maybe I'm miserable because everyone keeps telling me my life isn't good enough. That's not fair. I've been nothing but supportive. She's right. She has been supportive. I'm taking my insecurities out on her. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated. She calms down. I get it, but you can't get mad at people for caring about you. We make up, but the conversation planted more seeds of doubt. Next few weeks, I'm thinking about my life more than usual. What am I doing? Where am I going? Do I want to be ringing up cigarettes when I'm 40? Start browsing online courses, looking at community college programs? Don't commit to anything, but the fact that I'm looking is progress. Tell Jessica I'm thinking about taking some classes. She's excited. That's great. What are you thinking about studying? I don't know. Maybe something with computers. I used to be okay at that stuff. You should do it. It's never too late to try something new. Her enthusiasm makes me nervous. What if I fail again? Decide to table the decision for now. A few days later, I'm at work when Rachel comes in. Haven't seen her since that awkward conversation weeks ago. She's with the philosophy guy. They're arguing about something. I pretend to organize the cigarette display behind the counter. They come up to pay for gas and snacks. The philosophy guy is still arguing. I'm just saying Hegel's dialectic is more nuanced than you're giving it credit for. Rachel looks exhausted. Can we not do this right now? I ring them up in silence. As they're leaving, Rachel mouths sorry to me. I give her a sympathetic nod. Remember when I thought being mysterious would solve all my problems? At least I learned something from that disaster. Couple weeks pass. Marcus invites me to a small dinner thing with some friends. Jessica can't make it. She has some work thing. Show up alone. It's at Marcus's apartment. Maybe 8 people total. Everyone's talking about jobs, relationships, life stuff. I'm mostly quiet, listening to other people's stories. This girl sitting across from me, her name is Brittany, asks what I do. Here we go again. I work at a gas station, expecting the usual polite judgment. Instead, she says, "Oh, cool. My brother worked nights at a gas station for years. He said it was actually pretty chill once you get used to the weirdos. Finally, someone who doesn't treat it like a tragedy." We talk about weird customer stories. She's genuinely interested. Turns out Brittany works as a bartender, also deals with drunk people and weirdos. We bond over service industry horror stories. She's easy to talk to, no pressure to be impressive. At the end of the night, she adds me on social media. We should hang out sometime. Always nice to meet someone who gets the service industry struggle. I agree, platonically, because I have a girlfriend and learn my lesson about complicated social situations. Tell Jessica about the dinner when I see her next day. Sounds like fun. Making new friends is good, mentioned Brittany in passing. Jessica doesn't seem bothered. Cool that you met someone who gets your work situation. Things are stable for a few weeks. Then Marcus starts a group chat with me, Brittany, and a few other people from the dinner. We're making plans to hang out, maybe go bowling or something. Jessica's invited too. Everyone's bringing their partners. The bowling night arrives. Our group is about 12 people. Jessica meets Brittany. They hit it off immediately. Everyone's drinking, bowling terribly, having a good time. I'm actually enjoying myself, which is rare. Marcus comes over while I'm waiting for my turn. See, dude? This is what happens when you actually socialize. Yeah, you were right. I'm always right. He's drunk, being dramatic. The night goes well, no drama, just normal friend group stuff. Driving home with Jessica, she's talking about how much fun she had. Brittany's so cool, we should definitely hang out with her more. Glad they get along. And Devin was telling me about this IT boot camp his friend did. It's only 6 months and they help you get jobs after. Here we go. That's cool. You should look into it. It could be a good option. Maybe. She drops it, but I can tell she wants to push more. A few days later, I'm scrolling through social media during the work. See that Rachel updated her relationship status to single. The philosophy guy is gone. Lasted about 2 months. Wonder if she's okay, but don't reach out because that would be weird. Jessica texts me. Did you see Rachel single again? Yeah, just saw. Should we check on her? I feel bad. I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? You guys ended things okay. It's still weird though. Jessica ends up texting Rachel anyway without telling me. Finds out Rachel's going through it. The philosophy guy was pretentious and exhausting. Jessica invites her to hang out with our group. This is getting complicated again. Tell Jessica I'm not sure that's a good idea. Why? We're all adults. She needs friends. Can't argue with that logic. Rachel joins us for a group movie night at Marcus's place. It's awkward at first. She's quiet, sitting on the opposite side of the room from me. But gradually she relaxes, talks to Brittany and Jessica. By the end of the night, it's less weird. After everyone leaves, Jessica asks, "That wasn't so bad, right?" "No, it was fine." See? Everything doesn't have to be dramatic. She's right. Maybe I was overthinking it. Rachel becomes part of the friend group. It's strange, but also kind of nice to be friends without the relationship baggage. One night, the whole group is at a bar. Rachel pulls me aside. "Thanks for not being weird about me hanging around." "It's cool. We're adults. I'm sorry about how things went with us. I put too much pressure on you to be something you weren't. I was also being fake and weird, so we both messed up." She laughs. "We really did. How are you doing, though, with the breakup?" Honestly relieved. That guy never shut up about German philosophers. It was exhausting. We both laugh. It feels good to be on friendly terms. Month passes. The friend group is solid now. We hang out most weekends, sometimes just a few of us, sometimes everyone. I'm more social than I've been in years. Jessica's happy that I'm actually putting in effort. One Saturday night, we're all at Devin's apartment for game night. Playing Cards Against Humanity. Everyone's drunk and competitive. Brittany wins for the 3rd time. "I'm the champion." Marcus throws his cards dramatically. "This game is rigged." During a break, Rachel and I end up on the balcony. "This is nice, having a solid friend group." "Yeah, it's cool. You seem happier than when we were dating." "I think I am. Less pressure to be impressive." "I wasn't trying to pressure you." "I know, but I felt like I had to be this mysterious, interesting person, and it was exhausting." She nods. "I get that. I felt pressure too, to be the cool, fun girlfriend." We're both standing there, realizing we spent months pretending instead of just being ourselves. Think we would have worked if we'd just been honest from the start? Honestly, probably not. I think we just weren't compatible. She's probably right. We go back inside, rejoin the game. Jessica looks at me questioningly. I give her a thumbs up to show everything's fine. The night ends around 2 a.m. Everyone's tired and drunk. Marcus is making plans for next weekend already. "We should go to that new arcade bar." Everyone agrees, even though half of us will probably bail. Driving home with Jessica, she's falling asleep in the passenger seat, thinking about how different my life is now compared to 6 months ago. Went from pretending to be mysterious and isolated to having actual friends and a stable relationship. Still working the same dead-end job, but at least other aspects of life are better. Get home, Jessica crashes on my couch like usual. I stay up for a bit, checking my email. See a message from the community college about enrollment for spring semester. Stare at it for 10 minutes trying to decide if I should click. Close the laptop, decision for another day. Crawl into bed thinking about how I accidentally stumbled into a decent life by dropping the mysterious act. Turns out people actually like you more when you're just yourself, even if yourself is kind of boring. Who would have thought honesty and basic communication would work better than being vague and mysterious? Revolutionary concept. Fall asleep thinking about how I managed to turn a stupid social experiment into actual personal growth. Still no closer to figuring out my career, but at least I have friends and a girlfriend who likes me for who I actually am. Small victories. My face when I tried being mysterious to seem interesting, but ended up learning to just be myself instead. That feeling when your failed mysterious persona experiment accidentally teaches you basic social skills and emotional honesty. Be me. 29 years old, diagnosed autistic at 12, developed schizophrenia in early 20s. Live alone in a studio apartment 3 blocks from a gas station where I buy my energy drinks and frozen burritos. Work from home doing data entry for some company that doesn't care if I shower or leave my house. Spent most of my life observing people because direct interaction makes my brain feel like it's shorting out. Have elaborate internal narratives about everyone I encounter regularly. It's how I cope with the chaos. The gas station guy is my favorite character in the ongoing story I narrate in my head. Been going to that gas station for 2 years, always between midnight and 3 a.m. because fewer people means less sensory overload. The night shift guy. Let's call him Anon because I never learned his actual name. He's always been there. At first, he was just another NPC in my mental simulation, scanning items, making change, existing. Then about 6 months ago, something changed in his energy. I noticed these things. The medications make me hyper-aware of behavioral patterns. Anon started acting different, quieter than usual, more withdrawn. He stopped making small talk with the regular customers. The old lady who buys lottery tickets every night seemed confused by it. I'm standing in the candy aisle pretending to read ingredient labels while observing this interaction. She's trying to chat with him. He's giving one-word responses. Fascinating behavioral shift, I make a mental note. In my head, I'm narrating this like a nature documentary. The subject has entered a new phase, possibly attempting to establish dominance through silence. I know that's not how human social dynamics work, but my brain loves creating narratives. Start paying more attention to Anon during my nightly visits. He's definitely doing something intentional with his behavior. The way he holds himself, the mysterious half-smiles, the vague responses. I recognize performance when I see it. I've been performing neurotypical my entire life. 2 weeks into his behavioral change, a new variable enters the simulation. Girl from the coffee shop across the street starts coming in more frequently. She's cute, early 20s, always smells like espresso and vanilla. I notice her noticing him. She's buying random stuff just to interact with him. Pack of gum, single energy drink, lottery ticket. She doesn't scratch. Anon maintains his mysterious persona during these interactions. I'm watching this unfold from behind the magazine rack like I'm studying chimpanzees. The voices in my head are placing bets on how this plays out. Voice 1 thinks he's genuinely mysterious. Voice 2 thinks it's an act. Voice 3 is just screaming about the fluorescent lights. I side with Voice 2. Start creating an elaborate backstory for Anon in my head. Maybe he's a spy. Maybe he's in witness protection. Maybe he's just a boring dude trying to be interesting. The third option seems most likely, but the first two are more fun to imagine. One night I come in, and coffee shop girl is lingering at the counter longer than necessary. They're having a conversation while she's talking, and he's being vague. I'm pretending to decide between 2 identical candy bars while eavesdropping. She asks if he wants to hang out sometime. He says, maybe. I'll see if I have time. I almost laugh, but manage to suppress it because that would draw attention. This guy works night shift at a gas station. What commitments could he possibly have? But she's buying it. She thinks he's fascinating. I purchase my items. Anon barely acknowledges me as usual. I'm a regular, but I'm too weird for people to remember. I've accepted this. Walk home creating elaborate theories about Anon's mysterious persona. In my mind, I'm writing a psychological profile like I'm an FBI analyst. Over the next few weeks, I witness the relationship development. Coffee shop girl comes in almost every night now. They exchange numbers. I see it happen while I'm staring at the beef jerky display. My internal narrative is going crazy. The subject has successfully attracted a mate through strategic behavioral modification. I know I sound insane. The medications only do so much. One night I see them together outside the gas station during shift change. I'm across the street, sitting on a bench, smoking a cigarette. Definitely not watching them. Definitely watching them. They're talking, she's laughing. He's maintaining the mysterious energy. Impressive commitment to the bit. A few weeks later, behavioral shift number 2. Anon seems stressed. The mysterious act is cracking slightly. He's more tired, less consistent with the vague responses. Relationship maintenance is exhausting. I know this from observing others. I've never been in a relationship. People find me unsettling. Something about the way I stare too long or say things that are slightly off. But I understand human behavior academically. I've spent my entire life studying it. Coffee shop girl still comes in, but the dynamic is different. There's tension, unspoken expectations, the beginning of the end. I can smell a breakup coming like how animals sense earthquakes. My predictions are rarely wrong. Pattern recognition is my superpower. One night I come in and Anon looks miserable. Not mysterious miserable, just regular human suffering. The mask has dropped completely. He's scanning my energy drinks mechanically. No mysterious aura at all. Want to say something, but I don't know what. And also talking to people is difficult. Just nod at him and leave. A few days later, coffee shop girl stops coming in. Breakup confirmed. My pattern recognition wins again. Anon goes back to being regular, boring night shift guy. The mysterious performance is over. He's just existing again. Honestly, respect the attempt. At least he tried something. I'm too broken to even attempt social experimentation. Life continues. I return to my nightly routine. Buy energy drinks, frozen food, cigarettes, go home, work, sleep, repeat. Anon is back to making small talk with regulars. He seems more genuine now, less performative. Character development, I note in my mental file. Then new variable appears, different girl. This one's more energetic, talks faster, laughs louder. I see them together when she comes to bring him food one night. She's sitting on the counter talking to him between customers. He's actually engaging, answering questions, being real. Fascinating how the failure of performance led to authentic connection. There's a psychology paper in here somewhere, but I'm too disorganized to write it. Months pass, I'm still observing. New girl becomes regular fixture. They seem stable. Then old coffee shop girl comes back just as a customer. Oh shit, this is going to be interesting. I'm in the store when it happens, pretending to read protein bar nutrition labels. The interaction is awkward but civil. They exchange brief words, she pays, she leaves. Anon looks relieved when she's gone. Store that interaction in my mental database under mature conflict resolution. One night, I see Anon outside the gas station with a group of people. Shift must have just ended, they're all laughing about something. He has friends now, social circle expanded. Good for him. Genuinely. I continue walking past, invisible as usual. Nobody in the group notices me. I'm a background character in everyone else's story. Used to bother me, now I find it liberating. A few weeks later, I'm at the gas station at my usual 2 a.m. time slot. Different group comes in, includes Anon's girlfriend and the coffee shop ex. They're together, friendly, buying snacks before heading somewhere. The ex sees me staring and I quickly look away. Shit, held eye contact too long, one of my tells. They finish their purchase and leave. I hear one of them say, "That guy was weird." Yeah, I know. Thanks for the reminder. Anon comes in right after his shift at the coffee shop across the street. Wait, he has a second job now? No, he's just there with the group. They're all hanging out. Plot development. I didn't predict. Unusual. Watch through the gas station window as the whole group sits at the coffee shop tables. They're playing cards or something, being normal social humans. Something I'll never successfully do no matter how much I mask. My brain doesn't work that way. The wiring is permanently crossed. Turn back to the cashier. Different guy tonight, not Anon. Realize I've been observing Anon's life for months like a creepy stalker. But I'm not stalking. I'm just existing in the same spaces, noticing patterns. That's what I tell myself anyway. The voices in my head argue about whether this is normal behavior. Conclusion, it's not, but nothing about me is normal, so it's on brand. Walk home thinking about how Anon went from mysterious persona to genuine connections. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the same loop, observing life instead of participating. Sometimes I create elaborate scenarios where I'm part of a friend group like that. In my head, I'm funny and charming and people don't instinctively distrust me. But reality is I'm the weird guy who stares too long at the gas station. Lie in bed that night. Medication's making my brain fuzzy. Think about the parallel lives happening around me. Anon tried being mysterious and it failed, but led to growth. I've been trying to be normal my entire life and it's never worked. Maybe the difference is he was performing mystery while being secretly normal. I'm performing normal while being secretly broken. One of the voices suggests I should try talking to people. Immediately shut that down. Conversations lead to people discovering I'm not right. Better to stay in the shadows, observing, narrating, existing adjacent to normalcy. Few months pass, seasons change, my routine remains identical. Still going to the gas station, still seeing Anon occasionally. His life seems stable now. Girlfriend, friends, still working the same job, but seeming content. Good ending for him, as much as life has endings. One night I come in, and there's a new night shift worker. Younger kid, maybe 22, looks bored out of his mind. Where's the other guy? I ask, immediately regret speaking. Who? The guy who usually works nights. Oh, he moved to morning shift, better hours or something. Anon escaped the night shift, another development. Morning shift means normal human schedule, more opportunities for social life. Character evolution complete. New cashier is looking at me weird. I'm standing there too long processing this information. Grab my usual items, pay, leave quickly, walk home feeling strange about this change. Anon was my constant, the character I followed in my mental narrative. Now he's moved on to a different chapter I can't observe. Realize how pathetic it is that this bothers me. I was never part of his story, just a weird regular customer he probably doesn't remember. But his story was part of mine. The narrative I created to make sense of existing. Get home, sit in my apartment, stare at the wall. The voices are quiet tonight. The medications are working. Just me and my thoughts about how I've spent months watching someone else live. Decide maybe I should try something different. Not mysterious like Anon tried. I don't have the energy for performance. Maybe just try existing slightly more visibly. The thought terrifies me, but so does staying in this loop forever. Probably won't actually do anything different. Change is hard when your brain is constantly fighting against baseline reality, but at least I can imagine the possibility. A few weeks later, I'm walking past the gas station during the daytime. Unusual for me. See Anon through the window, working morning shift, helping some elderly customer. He looks different in natural light, more real somehow. Coffee shop girlfriend is across the street, at her job, visible through that window too. Their lives happening in parallel, occasionally intersecting. Meanwhile, I'm outside both windows, looking in, forever on the other side of the glass. Keep walking, hood up, hands in pockets, invisible again. That night I'm back at the gas station. New night worker doesn't recognize me even though I'm there 5 times a week. Good, prefer being forgettable. Buy my energy drinks and frozen burritos, standard order. Walking home I see a group of people outside a bar, laughing, being social. Wonder if Anon's with them, probably not, wrong neighborhood. But somewhere he's probably doing normal people things with his normal people friends. And somewhere I'm doing this, walking alone at 3 a.m., narrating my observations to an audience of voices. Get home, lock the door, triple check it, because paranoia is fun. Sit at my desk, do some work. The data entry never ends. Think about how Anon's mysterious phase was just a few months, but it completely changed his trajectory. He tried something, it failed, but the failure taught him something and led somewhere better. I've been trying the same thing for 29 years and just keep failing without learning. Maybe that's the difference between neurotypical social experimentation and whatever I'm doing. They get to try and fail and grow. I just get to try and fail and confirm I'm broken. The voices are back, arguing about whether I should be more positive. Tell them to shut up. They don't listen. They never do. Take my night medications. Wait for the fuzzy feeling. Lie in bed thinking about parallel lives and gas station observations. Somewhere Anon is probably sleeping next to his girlfriend. Normal life achieved. Somewhere coffee shop X is probably over the breakup. Moved on to someone else. Somewhere all the people I've observed are living their actual lives. And I'm here in my studio apartment, having spent months creating elaborate narratives about strangers. This is my life, observer of others, participant in nothing. At least Anon's story had a redemption arc. Mine is just ongoing documentation of existing incorrectly. Fall asleep to the sound of the voices discussing whether any of this matters. Wake up 8 hours later, same routine, same gas station eventually, different observations to catalog. The cycle continues, I continue, life continues around me while I watch from the edges. Weeks turn to months, I stop seeing Anon entirely. Morning shift means our schedules never align. He's gone from my narrative, replaced by new characters to observe and analyze. New night shift guy has his own quirks, developing a different story in my head. Life moves forward even when you're standing still. One day, I'm at a different gas station, further from home, needed to walk. See someone who looks like Anon with a group of people, all carrying coffee cups, heading somewhere. Might not even be him, but in my head it is. In my head, he's living proof that you can fake it until something real happens. That performance can lead to authenticity if you're lucky. That trying and failing is still better than watching from the outside. I don't approach, don't confirm if it's him. Prefer the narrative version where he made it, where the mystery experiment worked in its own way. Walk back to my apartment, another loop completed. Sit at my computer, stare at spreadsheets, exist. The voices are discussing whether I learned anything from observing Anon's journey. Conclusion? Yes, but learning and applying are different skills. I learned that people can change, that social experiments sometimes work, that failure isn't permanent. But applying any of that requires participating instead of observing. And participation means risk, vulnerability, inevitable discovery that I'm not right. So I'll stay here in my assigned role, watching others live while I document. At least I'm good at this, at noticing, at cataloging, at creating narratives. Some people are meant to be main characters, others are meant to be the weird guy in the background. I've accepted which one I am. The gas station lights flicker outside my window, familiar and constant. Somewhere Anon is probably asleep, having successfully escaped the night shift curse. And I'm still here, awake at 3 a.m., typing observations nobody will read. Full circle, story complete, back to the beginning. My face when I spent months analyzing a gas station worker's mysterious phase and learned nothing applicable to my own life. That feeling when you are the observer in everyone else's story but the protagonist of nothing.